tour of the DPC. We've got our draft all set. Seems like the panel is a lot of favoring over towards the Vici Gaming side. Are you also going to mirror kind of this sentiment?
Possibly. I'm interested to see how this mid-Doom goes, is the only thing that
I didn't
wasn't
even notice
touched on
that.
just yet. Yeah, so it's a mid-Doom. I'm guessing it's just because they didn't want the DP into the Pango, because Pango's always going to be able to just swashbuckle away from any kind of Spirit Siphon. That's all I can really think of. And also it just enables you to have a ranged and a melee for FY to be able to play with as well. So it's not going to be an FY Phoenix this time around. It's going to be Yang playing it. I do feel like Yang has had a little bit more success relative to FY when he's done it. Not that FY played the last game poorly at all. That's just how the games happened to pan out for them. I don't know, honestly. Like, I'm not sure what Setsu's going to do this. Well, I'm sorry, but if I'm going to be honest, you know, I'm not going to spin you some BS.
I gave the Ares guarantee, and I did not let us down.
And it was right. No, and I gave my guarantee in the previous series, again, with a Mystique draft, and I was right. Yeah, that's what I thought. So what do you think about this game?
I think Vici are going to take it. I'm quite concerned that Ursa's just going to take over the game. If he can get to that stage, that is really my concern. Radiant definitely have a lineup that could run over. I think there's definitely an avenue for both sides to take this. I think Dyes, like Lizard says, is just a little bit easier to execute, which is why I kind of favor them in this draft. But I can definitely see kind of the road to victory here for YBB as well.
Sure. The thing that concerns me about YBB is Beyond got crushed in the last game that he was up against an Ursa as a Beastmaster, right? And I'm pretty sure the lane was fairly similar in terms of like the other heroes in it. So I'm wondering how things could potentially change around. Obviously, we've been casting. We haven't had a chance to look at like things he could have potentially done differently. We have to look at 3 different lanes, yada, yada, yada. So, you know, this is the sort of thing where your coach needs to be able to come in and say, hey, this is why the lane didn't go so well for you. Look to change this up instead.
I think just in general, I'm also really excited to see how 7E is able to play into this matchup. He definitely was able to get some revenge in the previous game, even though Setsu, he had a hell of a performance, almost was the sole reason of why they're able to, not sole reason, but a big reason of why they were almost able to turn that game 2 around. But like, how comfortable is he truly going to be on this Doom? He's got a bottle queued up, so I mean, I haven't seen mid-Doom in quite some time, but this is going to be interesting to see him go down this route.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just to potentially enable him to make some plays into those side lanes, right? It's very important that they try and shut down, honestly, either the Lone Druid or the Beastmaster. I really don't think Pango is going to be in a situation where he can look to solo carry, even if he's like perfect in a lot of his team fights. And I also want to see how Vici Gaming look to itemize, because as of right now, almost all of their damage is going to be physical. Like, there is very limited magic damage coming out, with exception to the supports. And I guess you could say the Wild Axes, but, you know, you think of the Swashbuckles, you think of the Lone Druid, you think of Beastmaster, if he goes down the Helm of the Overlord style, then it's all going to be on the physical output. So a couple of Wraith Bands could be useful. New's already got one. Wouldn't surprise me to see Doom go down a similar sort of route.
Well, the Greaves will definitely help.
Yeah,
a little bit there with the armor that we'll eventually see come out of New. Just going to go that stock standard build. You know, we've seen a lot recently that it's been Vici Gaming putting the Death Prophet over to Setsu. They have done it previously so far through this tour, so it's something that New comfortable with. And honestly, regardless, if I had not seen him play the hero, I would believe he'd be able to play it anyway, because he's starting to be one of my favorite position 3s to watch.
Very, very talented. Even just that Aegis snatch at the end of the last game when they were, you know, 4v1 outside the Roche pit.
He's got something in him. We see that often though with offlaners in the China region. There are plenty of high caliber position 3s, old 11, Yang at one stage. I mean, of course you can't forget Faith Beyond. Yeah, there's a lot. We could continue listing off players here. It's a very, very talented region. And you got to keep in mind as well, like YBB, this is also a academy team, so to say. Bottom lane, they're going to get lucky with the root. FI is chilling at the moment, but this lane now bottom, it's going to get a little bit more difficult to play with you having his second point in the Spirit Siphon. I think it might be difficult for them to catch out Lu, but probably their target will be ZZQ, and that's going to be up to FI's positioning.
Yeah, I wonder how much of, like, just on the topic of New, I wonder how much of this is just like he is just that damn good, and how much of that is how much he's able to learn from a lot of these other players, right? Like, of course, you've got YBB who are the academy team of Extreme Gaming, so you would imagine that, you know, maybe on their end, Beyond's learning from JT, for example, or previously he would have been learning from Old 11, for example. But New, wonder who he's going to be the main person he's looking up to.
Yeah, well, a player that came from Blaze, and then, of course, we saw him introduced into Vici Gaming towards the tail end of last year, and I mean, already Vici Gaming is one of the more respected organizations in the China region, so they have incredible backing overall. I mean, we see Fenrir in particular. I'm sure even you're further behind them as well. We're going to see, speaking of New, get on to ZZQ, and again, this is all off the back of FY. Those boots really enabling the clockwork to be able to catch out ZZQ in the tree line. Unfortunately for Lu, he's not going to be able to hit back.
Praying for another entangle coming through there. Clockwork able to get away just in time after the cooldown came up of the entangling roots. So again, you got to be happy with that. He needs to be the one really setting the pace though on you, though, doesn't he? Because
Setsu's going to be in some trouble. Look at this rotation. They fill the bottle, they give the mango as well to 7E, but the bounce back, it's not on the mark. And that might be the damage they were requiring to kill off Setsu, because he's going to have a brother TP in as well, so 7E. My next point was just going to mention that he's having a really good time mid in regards to the last hit's advantage, but an opportunity gone begging.
It is indeed, and he's even going to pick up the double damage route on the bottom side, so FY coming to the lane, refilling the bottle, and now he gets that additional layer of output as well. I don't think he's skilled up the Doom just yet, so he could look to go for it, but FY right now is just doing a little bit of a scouting mission, seeing if there's sort of stacks that he needs to be keeping mindful of. It's not like Doom or the Ursa are really going to be too proficient at taking it at this stage. It's all going to be for Beastmaster. And that's the one that they need to lock down on Vici Gaming. If they can stop this Beastmaster from making a lot of these early tower pushes happen, then they're going to be feeling incredibly confident at allowing Death Prophet to be able to do the same thing without trades happening the other way around.
It looks like Beyond again well, actually bottom lane, 70 is making a very aggressive rotation with this catapult. Got the Rolling Thunder back up in a couple of seconds, so New's going to be in some trouble. They'll dodge the Siphon out of the Pango.
Low on mana.
He's going to look to re-enter, but the silence will instantly stop that short on the swashbuckle. Great calculation from YBB, recognizing they didn't have to heavily commit. They could play their distance, secure the kill, the swashbuckle, and not even require the Rolling Thunder. And you know, with that, in the end, you get FY that has to rotate back across the map. Even Yang has to TP down along with Setsu.
It's not like Yang did a ton of soaking in that mid lane as well. In fact, it's Chan Ming that got to the lane first. So Rubik getting up into that super early level 6. We've seen what these great Rubik players are able to do, stealing stuff like the Sunray, stealing the Doom, for example. Even Spirit Siphon can do so much in a lot of these early team fights because we know that it's going to be pretty brawly. We know it's going to be very heavy around contesting the objectives.
That first sentry for Tian Ming to look to reclaim their triangle is going to be off the mark from blocking the camp. The second sentry this time will be a little bit better, so they'll get the Ancients unblocked and the Observer Waters as well.
Nicely done, nicely done.
Very interesting that Beyond's, again, going to this build that we saw prior, so I'm very intrigued. I wish we honestly got to speak to him about kind of his read on Beastmaster in a whole, or maybe this game and game one specifically, on why he's avoiding the Helm of the Overlord.
Well, game one specifically, yes. Sorry, what's going on mid?
Oh, it's just FY. I thought Setsu was going to step in as well, but FY is just going to be cut down.
Game one specifically, this time around, you're against a Doom, right? He's eventually going to hit level 15, and then he can just devour the Ancient Creep, so certainly not as much value this time around. It looks like he's gone the mech as well instead of the pipe, so I do prefer this one, just because you're going to get into that Guardian Greaves. The passive's still going to be effective.
Bottom
and
lane.
it's rid of stuff like the Silence.
Look at how much value 70 is getting out of this haste. I thought he was going to consider about using the Rolling Thunder. Had it charged up for a moment, but thought otherwise. They're going to top instead, because Beyond, he's actually going to use the first roar of the game. Erica will play around with some of the status resistance, but this will buy him enough time to get closer back to the safety of his tower. I mean, while 70 is able to scout out some of the rotations as well.
3 bounty runes as well that he's going to be able to go and pick up. Tian Ming just standing guard over that little treasure trove
Yummy.
there. Probably not going to get full value out of it. Just yoink it up real quick. Easy.
And look at Lou, meanwhile. Already slamming onto this T1 tower, so it's going to force out a pretty early glyph, and they're going to need a way to address it. And they've got some pretty big issues with their control early on, so it's going to be difficult for Setsu to find an easy Doom target. They could just retreat
they have issues
from
with their control throughout the game. You know, when we were talking about it in the draft, when they were 4 in, I'm like, well, isn't this kind of similar to what we saw in game number 1? Like, very little stuns. At least they've got the clockwork coming through this time, but that's basically it.
Yeah, it's going to be... Oh, nice progress to go over. You're really looking at probably Blink, Wall Stomp on Setsu, and honestly, Basher is when you're the happiest on your control this game, and that's saying something considering there's really not much more that's going to come after that. So with the tempo we got from YBB, it feels like it's just going to continue, though. You've got this mechanism now completed on Beyond. Lou's already shown that he has the capability to group up and take a tower, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see him go top shortly.
Beyond is doing his best to keep this lane shoved in as much as possible, keep the creeps alive for as long as he can, make sure that they get some additional damage into this tier 1 tower. He might even just summon the boar so that, use himself actually as the one soaking up a lot of that damage, realizing that I got the mech, I can withstand this. The siege creep at this point is going to do a lot as...
Who's that fly caught out? Inside, next to the rivers, EZQ is trying to enter the top lane. Telekinesis from Tian Ming is going to keep him alive for the moment. They're going to be cautious, though, because 7E, he's starting to stack up the damage, but...
Top tower is still up. Siege creep is still up, so they can just back off and be like, all right, silencer goes down, you've used your only stun. That's all we really care about. 7E's just acting as a bit of a forward scout right now, praying that he would be able to clip with the swashbuckle onto the Phoenix. They're a little bit off the mark, but they still get the tower. Actually, they don't. They're forced to back off.
70, is he going to stick around for the kill? Not going to be able to get... Oh, it's actually Beyond that finds the finishing blow. Beautifully done. We saw 70 kind of had to use the Rolling Thunder more defensively to get away from Setsu with the threat of the Doom, but tower's going to go down. Even Lou was like, well, I'll come just in case we need help securing it.
This is where he wants to be farming now, though, right? Like, you're on the Lone Druid. It's important not to feed that bear through so many times, so you just got to make sure that you're keeping yourself as survivable as possible in this super early stage, but they just want to pick the pace up. He's going a super early Desolator on the bear. He's already got the Mask of Madness available. It's level 4 bear as well, so all of that demolish is going to literally demolish these towers, especially combined together with that Beastmaster for the Inner Beast Aura.
It's soon to be fight time, though, for Vici. You got Mech and Exo. Yang's going to look to try and soak level 6, and already before that, Vici going to try and make a play. FY and Setsu in combination together. Let's see who they're going to be able to target down. Smoke's going to pop. Erica with a wraparound, but the instant use of the Global Silence means a counter initiation. It's not going to be there. So they're going to have to retreat on the Ursa, but Nuke, well, he wants to enter the fight. He'll be enabled thanks to FY's hook shot. They'll target down ZZQ at the moment, and now they'll return their attention over to Lou, but they've got to respect 70 with the roll through. He's disrupting the follow-up, so the damage isn't going to be there to continue chasing down Lou.
I saw Setsu pump. Oh, actually, are they going to go back in?
Cautious. Setsu's still got the Doom to work with a great positioning out the Supernova. Lou, he's overstepped the boundary. Again, another telekinesis from Tian Ming. Perfect placement out of the Rubik, just buying enough time for the LD to reposition, and the Doom's about to expire, so you gotta be cautious because 7E, he's gonna start spamming the abilities, and the swashbuckle goes to work, but they weren't able to address Erica. The Ursa was able to clean up one, but they won't be able to continue to close the distance. Like we mentioned, Vici have a big weakness in regards to their control, so in the end, it'll be a pretty prolonged fight, no side really coming out on top.
Yeah, just run away, XD. And, well, they're able to do just that. Sending the bear all the way back to the base. He brings back a few stats and items for himself. And then, of course, that Spirit Link able to heal the Lone Druid up to full. I'm a little surprised if he was looking to join some of these team fights that Lou hadn't even put a singular point into the Savage draw. He just gets one now because, again, with those lack of stuns, all you need is that tiny bit of gap creation for you to get yourself away. What's up?
Fi with his cheeky shenanigans, hookshot the Penguin in the river to take the Arcane away, so well, 70's got a bounty at least. Looks like Tian Ming's going to protect that for him for the moment. And they're even going to smoke as well. Yang, you know, for a bit more of a juicier target. Unfortunately, they will not find it though. Alright. I don't know what the men deserve for some tips. Come on, brothers, what I do? Just a deer warding expedition.
Man, look at the itemization on YVV. Like, you've got your Greaves on Beyond, 4-staff next item on a Beastmaster. How often do you see second item 4-staff on a Beastmaster? Not too often.
Great item this game.
It is, and you know, Silencer's going it pretty standard. I think Rubik has just gone into it as well. He previously had the Aether Lens queued up, so whoever made the audible call to just say, nope, this is how we're playing this game, just stay the hell away from Ursa and DP. They have no stuns. Kudos to them.
And the 4-staffs actually might just win them this game, just these items alone. Look, the one thing Vici Gaming is they are getting a crap load of farm across the map. This is a Midas maxed out Devour Doom. You've got Ursa going Battle Fury as well. These heroes scale incredibly well into the late game and along with the Death Prophet, but and that's a team down at 15-10. You can just look take Rosa.
He's got Desolator.
Like they have their ultimates, which like to see them take a fight.
I don't think they can. I think, you know, maybe bottom lane, they should realize that no one at all is addressing this. I guess maybe they feel that they're scared of Setsu, but right now 7E is just doing the exact right thing. Walking towards Roche kind of gives away that it's there, but not if it's next to a power rune spawning. So yeah, they're just going to be able to pick this one up for free. Lucky Shot proc gives a little bit more of that armor reduction. Even just popping the true form to be absolutely certain of it. But yeah, I mean, even if you land the perfect Stomp and Doom and all that sort of stuff onto, let's say, 2 targets, you're going to have 3 4-stars to be able to get away and absolutely no way to stop them. So to me, this game is on FY. If Vici Gaming are going to be able to come into this one, I think he just needs to be able to land the perfect hook shot and the cogs that block off some of these choke points that they're going to be trying to escape through.
And with all this going on, the supports are just praying that they can get a little bit of experience across the map. Yang lowest net worth, and well, with this death, it's not going to help out at all, but he will get the dive away, so... Look like they're in fighting shape. New would be hoping for the second point in EXO before the next team fight to break out, but YBB might not give him that opportunity.
Give him that chance. Yeah. I think they're fine just to keep playing on the top side of the map. I mean, there's nothing really that vital for them to claim on the bottom side. I guess Ancients a little bit, because you're going up against a Battle Fury Ursa is kind of important to have, just as a more...
New mid lane might be in trouble. Spike's gonna pop and they're gonna get the jump in. You look at one siphon out. Can Greaves and actually turn with the Exo? Let's see if the burst is gonna be enough. The silence will prevent any more Spirit Siphon. Great steal from Tian Ming. Beautifully done from the Rubik. Once again, his positioning vital to the success of YBB. And that'll enable 7E to look to even go for more, forcing Yang to dive away.
It's 4-staff number 1 completed. You've got Lou, again, with that Desolator, with the Mask of Madness, with the Gloves of Haste, just slamming into this tower. Yeah, this will happen pretty damn quickly.
Oh, he egged! Oh, I didn't...
Now that's tip-worthy.
Yeah, that's tip-worthy. Oh, he's still level 7 or 8? Yeah, level 7. He wouldn't be in the grave for too long.
Now, the real question for me is, are they just going to take away their entire map? I certainly think that's the avenue I would look to go down, right? Take away these Ancients from the Ursa.
So actually, Tian stole Devour, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't get anything, though, from the neutral.
He had a Corsa. I'm not sure why he didn't go for a different one, but he was excited. He hasn't gotten the opportunity to use Devour too much. Yeah, money. All right, Dire, they've got some pretty good wards that rating are actually backing up around. So one thing I want to mention is the fact that I think Radiant so far this game has done an incredible job with their vision so far. They're warding the Hawk placement as well, and that's going to continue to be difficult now because once again, Beyond, he's gone for a very early Aghanim Shard on the Beastmaster.
Yeah, they're just wanting to spam it across the map as much as they can. FY, I'm sure he's saying to his team, we need to contest these observer wards. We've got such little space on the map to be able to play with. Let's not give up what little bit we have. But with that, I mean, you make a little bit of a movement towards the more obvious warding position. They move to defend it. You just move towards the lane once again and take that tower. We will be able to do the same with the tier 2. No glyph available as well, so this one should go down pretty quickly as well. Looks like he's going into the Savage Roar.
They should have seen Setsu's choreo that had the blink delivered. With the ward on the high ground, they even spy out new. 70's going to get the instant jump. They might need the global silence to cover the initiation, and it won't even be required. 70, a great way to start. This is a tier 2 for free, and they might just say, screw it, let's go high ground. We're strong enough.
I think that was a stolen Crypt Swarm as well, just getting the clip there, so he's been playing incredibly well on Tianming. He's got the 4-star finished up, and ooh. What can you do? Try and push him back a little bit, but that's the power of the true form. Still has another minute or so left on that Aegis as well. Will they look to commit through onto this? Doesn't seem like they want to. You've got to be very careful though on YBB. I'm not sure if they can necessarily wait for second Roshan. Might be just that little bit too late. It's not like you have any huge power spikes with the Aghanim Shard on any of your heroes. Lone Druid's looking to pick up one for himself. Pango's already got his, I believe. So does the Beastmaster, so we'll see how they look to do it. Maybe just, again, try and play around your vision as much as possible. Yang can't be dying like this.
No, and it might actually be FY that dies, although he's able to find an ankle for the hook shot, but the cogs push back. Tianming will go down. Still, you see the spam from afar and how difficult it's going to be for Vici to enter the axes, the swashbuckle, but maybe with his blink now completed from Erica. Right, actually, no, he's changed his mind. He's going BKB. He had enough gold for the blink, but has now bought 2 components out of the BKB. Is very close to the recipe gold.
I guess he's basically just saying, look, I can see that you're using the Roar on you every single team fight. So I want to make you have to use it on me because nothing else is going to stop me from just running at you. You know, global, who cares? Rolling Thunder, not a factor. So he might just look to put himself out there on the front lines. I mean, in an ideal world, he gets that and the Blink Dagger so that he can instantly jump onto the back lines, create a bit more chaos for you to come through with the Exorcism, with the Guardian Greaves. But, you know, again, it's a matter of will YBB give them the space to be able to get to that stage. They know that they don't scale as well. They had a net worth lead as high as, I want to say, 4K, but it's already shrunk down to 1.
Yeah. All right, well, they're actually going to look to try and smoke here from Vici. Just BKB now picked up on Erica. Any other levels, timings? New has his second point in EXO. Going to be a big one for them to play with Erica, even the 15 talent as well, which is huge here for the Ursa. A smoke on smoke. Chaos soon to break out inside the river, directly in front of the Roche Pit as the smoke's going to pop and Yang, the initial target, but he's able to find the Supernova. Lou's going to turn his attention to try and bring it down as Vici will cover it, but it's not enough. Egg will pop, but they're going to be cautious though, because Setsu's trying to find a target with a Doom, and now we'll turn it, the stolen Doom back onto Doom. Is that going to be enough, however? Tianming playing the left side, and meanwhile Lu stuck inside the pit. But look at the man fight, Lu, the bear up against the bear. It's Erica that ends up dying though. Is the stronger foe, and now with the Death Prophet, Nu's trying to do it. He's got Setsu to play with him, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. The Fade Bolt to blow him up, and Lu will reign supreme. He's the stronger bear between the two. He'll look for the last surviving member, and FY will go down as well.
And they're wasting their tips on Erica. It was just saying, look at these 4-staffs. There was 3 4-staffs in that fight, just making it impossible for him to lock down onto anyone. Like you said, bear-on-bear action going on there in the middle of that fight. Unfortunately for Fuzzy Wuzzy, it ends up being the Lone Druid that gets the better one. But, I mean, Tian Ming, man, he got a triple kill in that fight. He was constantly cutting people around. He was lifting people here, there, and everywhere, spamming out spells. Crazy amount of work done by the Rubik. Second most damage done, I believe, in that fight.
Wow. Yeah, not only was it the bear on bear action, but we had the doom on doom action from Tian Ming. Like you said, just incredible spell casting, and it was looking like a good start, honestly. Like the supernova goes down, yes, but at the end, you're able to kite the global silence, get a couple of kills, but Ursa, it's crazy. You'd never expect he can't man fight the bear, but he's just not at this stage. The lone druid, early game, that's always his domain. And
it was kiting, man.
Man, Lou's going nullify next as well, so Erica's game's not going to get any easier. No, not at all.
I mean, this is what happens when you first phase an Ursa, maybe just feeling overly confident with what happened in that game number 1 with it going up against the Beastmaster lane, but we can see from beyond that he went a different tact, right? Not going into the pipe, instead the Greaves, perhaps providing him a little bit of that additional armor, providing him with a dispel for the silence coming through from the Death Prophets so that at least he's able to get the roar off in most of these fights, because once again, Vici Gaming have gone for this stun light draft. They just don't have abilities to confirm kills.
Smoke on smoke, and in fact, it's going to be YBB that are actually looking to play behind Lou. The backside might be the call from Vici, but Tian Ming's positioning is on point. He's ready for any attempt that Vici have to play the wraparound game. Well, it's going to get laid down from Yang, but instantly retreats there from the Force Staff. So YBB, back to the safety of the high ground they go.
He's even got a shard now as well on Rubik, so he's going to be able to bring people to safety, even if they're stuck in the cogs and you don't have Force Staff.
Man, who do you kill? Like, who does Vici need to aim? Because it feels like if you're going to get Rubik, you've got defensive save from Force and Telekinesis and all the abilities you could steal. If you don't go on ZZQ to start, then he's going to global silence your initiation. And if you don't Doom the Pain Go, then 7E's got a free fight.
Yep.
You got to, someone has to, who do you sacrifice? Who do you let have a good engagement?
I think you kind of have to sacrifice the Doom a little bit. I think Doom needs to go in and just Doom someone, and then maybe even use the Phoenix as like a little bit of a bait, right? You dive in, you supernova when they start to hit it, hook shot in, and then try and make the follow-up happen from there. Erica, I believe, has the Blink Dagger as well, so at least he'll be able to get a little bit more of that surprise factor in these team fights, and it's very important for him to capitalize off this little bit of time where he's got that and you don't have the nullifier on the lone druid.
Well, they're looking to take a team fight before they're able to get the BKB out on you. I mean, DP playing bottom, not even TPing back to help with the potential defense. He's recognizing how important his BKB is going to be for his team fight.
Yeah, but doesn't want to be bounced around by the Pangolier, doesn't want to be feared back by that Savage Roar. Looks like they know, though. I mean, they smoked underneath the creep wave. They know exactly what's going on, but this is desperation. This is what happens.
He's going to be cautious. They've got the vision advantage. And Flight tries to look shot in, but the ball's going to tank it. Meanwhile, inside the river, Setsu is able to land the Doom. They actually use it this time onto Lou's Bear. Erica's trying to find an angle to get the right clicks going, but the Force Staff just kiting Vici into oblivion. And so much was committed. They have to get something out of this. Maybe they can force Roche, but they're even going to use the Supernova to try and cover it.
Don't hate this idea.
It might be enough. It's falling low. Tian Ming's going to try and go for the steal, but Erica gets the Aegis. But look at Luke go to work. The Bear just crunching them down. Right click after right click. The respawn's out from Erica, but it looks like the call is an all-out retreat, but Setsu will not be a part of that plan.
Did you see that as well? Tian Ming, he telekinesised himself so that when he landed, he got the stun off on people as well. Like, it's crazy how much this guy is able to do. Sure, he doesn't get the steal of anything at the end there. They end up giving the Aghanim shard as well over to the Ursa, so makes his life a little easier, but it's still another team fight going YBB's way.
That it is, but you don't have the Aegis on the timing lineup of YBB, and nothing changes with the Ursa. This man loves having Ag Shard. So even though you're
hitting the high ground, though,
you're probably going to lose a full set of barracks, but this is the late game plan.
Sure. but you don't get to late game without Exo. Yeah, I guess Doom's only got 10 seconds left on it, but no Supernova either for 45. I don't think they should be leaving this base right now, and Lu has the Nullifier coming out on the Courier right now.
You love to get the bear. They're going to try and put all their attention over towards, but enables 7E for the Rolling Thunder.
It's the resummon.
Setsu, not even an opportunity for the BKB. Doesn't have a buyback, and now they'll turn to New as well. Erica's got to get to work, but the bashes are raining down. Continuing to control Erica, they'll deal with the resummon. Now they're turning to Lu as well, but a Savage Roar to kite Erica. I mean, we're back towards the barrack. FY, he's in trouble as well. ZZQ trying to do whatever he can, but the finishing blow will come out from the Arcane Curse. In fact, 7E, he wants the bounty. He wants revenge from what we saw in the previous game.
Okay, so you did kill the bear the second time, so it's going to give them 80 seconds where Lu's going to have to back off. That's why they completely disengaged from that fight. They weren't able to complete the Nullifier either. Yeah, you get a bunch of kills, but no melee racks has gone down just yet. It's a 4K net worth lead.
Like I'm thinking now.
Maybe, just maybe. You know, it's going a little bit later. It's a 22-8 kill score, but this isn't out of the realm of possibility. I thought that was going to be an absolute disaster when Setsu wasn't able to get the Doom off. He was the one guy that actually had his ultimate available outside of FY, and FY hit a great hook shot and cogs to be able to seal off the inside of the Dire base from any sort of assault. So the fact that Setsu went down and they were still able to lick their wounds and be able to come out of this with something, some kind of silver lining that they're not going to have a massive creep waves pushing into their base is a big plus.
And Erica, this is multiple fights in a row where we've seen him be able to get out without a death. So level 18, but importantly, he's got a basher now. Oh, okay, never mind. Once again, he's changed his mind. He's going to be going Lincolns, it looks like. New in the river. Stolen Siphon for the fear, but not going to be an issue. Once again, the vision game is a huge issue that needs to be addressed. And
they see Erica. Does he? All right, cool.
Yep.
It's kind of a stun,
this is a huge fight for this game. A great position on their high ground.
They finally
got a great ward to play with as well. 7E's going to look to start. Towards New they go. They're going to make sure he doesn't have an opportunity to pop the BKB, but meanwhile, Erica, a double 4-star for the Roar as well. Erica, he just can't get a single right click off. They'll lay down the Supernova to control the team fight. Vici Gaming, do you really want to stick around? So much was committed to no avail. And Lu, he feels like there's an opportunity to re-enter the team fight. Same with 7E as well as Setsu, stuck in a little in the high tidy hole. And that's not enough to keep him alive. Doom even used as well, as now they'll turn to New. A TP out under the silence to cover it. New will make it, but what was looking disastrous with Erica getting nothing out of that fight in the end is just a kill onto the Doom.
I mean, it's another one of these fights, right? Because you're lacking in stuns, it makes the BKB usage so important on Vici Gaming. As soon as those BKBs had run out, because of the 4-staff kiting that they were able to do, you have 2 Fears coming through, one from the Bear and one from the Lone Druid, and you also had Spirit Siphon stolen by Tian Ming with the Aghanim Shard. So he, with that extra cast range... What's up? Oh,
is Sword on the high ground still up? New.
Oh,
no
wow.
one was able to de-ward it. Oh no, the classic high ground push ward was still available for YBB and Yang. It's just too late to play with the Sun Ray. It gets stolen as well.
Oof. That plus a Lone Druid Bear is a recipe for licking your lips, and they've even got a DD bottom. Of course they do. I mean, last game, Fortune was smiling on Vici Gaming. This time around, it's going to be YBB taking advantage of that. They've got even more lockdown coming for themselves. They've got the Basher now on the Pangolier. They've got the extra cast range.
You don't want to force out a BKB.
What is this, Hogwarts?
Look how long that range is.
Yeah.
What? Well, oh
this is Voldemort Harry Potter shit right here with those dueling sun rays.
Oh my god. We get a breath. Both sides can chill for a little bit. Maybe not Erica. Okay, we'll blink away.
He can never chill. He is the opposite of chill right now. That ward is still there, man.
Yeah. Well, they should know. What? Maybe they thought it was a hawk? but still you'd probably...
Yang's got
100%.
3 sentries. Hey, there we go.
They might jump Setsu still with this Hawk vision. Tianming's considering it. Oh, they're going to see them smoke under the Hawk.
Yeah, just have a look at the positioning. Close to the outpost, close
perfect.
to the high ground. Put Lu on the front lines. He's level 21, so he's going to have that true form almost always available.
They see the choreo paths.
Yeah.
They know where they are. Another smoke. Refreshing the cover here as look at ZZQ. That's not really where you want the silencer to be. They're going to get the jump to start. If they can take away the global silence, he's falling lower and lower, but somehow he's still alive. And meanwhile, off to the right side, but the Doom's in some trouble. Lu trying to lock him down with the bear. Erica's got an opportunity to get the right clicks going, but he just can't hold anyone into place. They're kiting Erica once again. The poor old bear can just never have a fair fight.
Fears.
Spirit Siphon Solon into the fear as Vici Gaming are getting kited time and time again.
They even noticed the Doom.
They stole the Doom as well from Tianming. You couldn't have hoped for a better game 3 from YBB, and they've done it. The team that looked like they could never be defeated in Division 2 just got defeated off the back of an incredible performance from YBB.